Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. I have some new Beauty Bay in my stash to try out for you guys today. This is their new neutral palette. This is a 16 pan eyeshadow palette that is available right now on their website for $13. Now they did release a 42 pan version, which I think is a bit much, but if you like your neutrals, maybe that is something you want to pick up. That palette retails for $25. It is in stock right now. And then they released a really cute 9-pan palette. That one is currently sold out. I thought this would be perfect to try out for you guys. Something in the middle. I like a good 16-pan palette. I don't mind a 9-pan either, but this one obviously just had a little bit more variety. So I'll be creating 3 looks with this palette today. I have had really good luck with Beauty Bay palettes. There's only one palette that has ever given me trouble, and it is unfortunately the Love Notes palette. I love the color story, just didn't like the way the shadows performed for me. The shimmers I thought were the better performing thing out of that particular palette. So I have high expectations. I expect that this palette is going to perform well. For 13 bucks, we'll see if this is worth your time and your money. If it is your first time here on my channel, I want to say hello and welcome to all of you. My name is Steff, and this is what I love to do. I love trying out new makeup. You're always going to see the latest and greatest in makeup reviews. I do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes, makeup ranking videos. If that sounds great to you and you want to see my videos on pretty much a daily basis, do me a favor, click on that subscribe button, hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you like what you see, if you are a fan of Beauty Bay or you just want to see a good, affordable, neutral palette in action, give this video a thumbs up before you go. As usual, I will have all of the makeup that I'm using, talking about, referencing, listed, and linked in the description box. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. Let's dive on into it, guys. If y'all want to see the new neutral palette from Beauty Bay in action, keep on watching. All right, guys, I've already primed my eyelids with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer, and in case I forget to put it in the description box, this is the lipstick I am wearing. It is in the shade Main Character, and this is from the ColourPop Troublemaker collection. Okay, so what neutral shade do we want to start with first? If it is your first time on my channel, I forgot to mention this, but I love colorful makeup, and I think you can tell if you've browsed through some of my other videos. I love playing with color. This, I debated whether I wanted to pick it up, but you know what? I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did because there is always a place for neutral shadows in everybody's makeup stash. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the shade in the crease, and then I think I'm going to go down here to this shade. So the first shade is called Canyon. I'm taking Canyon on a BK202. Now, I know some of you, when you work with Beauty Bay palettes, you build into the depth, or actually, no, you build into the light. You start off with the deeper shade and then you work towards the lighter shade. I am the opposite. I like to work with the lighter going into the deeper, but a lot of you have had better luck using that other method with these particular palettes. For me, guys, I have found that either way has worked great. Like I mentioned earlier, the only palette that has failed me has been Love Notes. All right, so I think the shadow has gone on really nicely, and I've built it up some, and no patchiness. I think so far it is a really nice shade. Now I'm going into that other shade, and this one is called Sepia. Same brush. Just gonna use it to build up some of the depth. Actually, I was thinking I was going to need to go in with a deeper shade, but wow, this shade looks pretty good. Okay, that was so easy to blend out, and it blended on top of the other shade perfectly. I think I'm going to go in with this Shimmer Shadow right here. This one is called Peanut. I'm taking Peanut on a damp Morphe M124. Built a little bit of fallout. I like that this palette is giving us both warm and neutral tones. Now for the inner corner, I think I'm going to go in with this shadow over here. This one is called Saddle. Same brush, I did spray it again. Just taking the brush that I used for the matte shadow and just blending over the edge a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with this Shimmer Shadow. I'm going to try this for the lower lash line. This one is called Decadence. Now I'm taking this on a damp BH Cosmetics pencil brush. I'll leave that inner corner free, probably for this shadow. Same brush, I'm just going in with that other shadow to brighten up this inner corner. I feel like this shadow doesn't look as sparkly on camera, at least in my monitor, as it does in my mirror. Just wanted to point that out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this like bone color matte and apply it to the brow bone. I'm just using a BK A501. Alright guys, I'm going to add some finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 1. Alright guys, here's the completed look number 1. For liner, I went in with Shop Miss A Artista liner in the shade brown. And I also went in with the Falsies mascara. This is one of those mascaras that really doesn't have a wand. It's just like a tiny little comb. But I like it. It works. And then for the lower waterline, LA Girl Shockwave in the shade Blackout. I do want to mention that I'm wearing a full face of drugstore affordable makeup. I have a lot of Revlon products on, so like everything that I'm going to be wearing in today's video is all super affordable, just like today's eyeshadow palette is. And I like this look. It was very easy to create. This is a very wearable everyday look. You can jazz it up like I did with the black liner, or you can use like a more flesh tone eyeliner in the lower waterline if maybe you're wearing this for a daytime look. Let's move over to the left eye and we'll start working on look number 2. For look number 2, let's start off. I'm going to start off with this shadow right here. This one is called, what is that? Dusk. And then I think I'm going to go into Cowboy over here. I'm taking the shade Dusk on a Rephr 27. Now I'm taking Cowboy on a BK A502. I think I'm going to do an all matte look. At least for the lid. Maybe I'll do a little shimmer on the inner corner. Now I'm going back in with the shade Dusk just to kind of blend the edge a little bit. Now I'm going to go back in with this bone color shadow. And this is what I'm going to apply right here to the lid. I'm just taking the brush that I used for the darker shadow. No additional product, just to blend. I'm going to bring the shade Cowboy down a little bit, and this is a BK 207 that I'm using. Now for the inner corner, I think I'm going to go in with this one right here. This one is called Locket. Using that same BK Beauty brush, I did spray it with some setting spray. Now, you don't have to do this shimmer. You could have easily just brought down that matte bone color shade and done it right here. I'm trying to use as many shades as I can, so I wanted to add it, and I think it looks nice. Oops, I picked up a little bit of the wrong shimmer. Yeah, I think that looks really pretty. Again, totally optional. You don't need to do the shimmer if you don't want to, but I think I'm getting a good blend from these shadows. They're performing well. Let me go ahead and add the finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 2. Okay guys, here's the completed look number 2. I went with some Wet n Wild Breakup Proof liquid liner for the top lash line and then same everything else. I love it. I was really wanting to do something like all matte because I think this palette definitely lends itself for that. And both of these looks I feel are like everyday glam, but also maybe wedding makeup. Maybe you are the bride, or maybe you're just going to be in the wedding or as a guest. I think either one of these looks and this palette could help you achieve a wedding look. What do you guys think? So now I'm going to take some quick pictures. I'll be right back. I think I'll remove this look right here and then we'll start creating the third and final look with this new neutral palette from Beauty Bay. Alright guys, so let's start working on look number 3. I want to do something with like these pinkish shimmers right here. Still haven't used this. Is this a black or a brown? Oh, that's a black. Nice. Okay, so I think I'm gonna pack the shade on the lid, maybe even use the black. We could do it like a dark smoky look. I'm gonna start with Clam and then work into the black shade, which is called Jet. So I'm taking Clam on a BK203. This is a nice brown. Okay, I like that. That was so easy to work with. Now I'm going to go in with Jet. I'm going to use a little blending brush. This one is a BK8504. I'm going to apply Jet right out here. Now you could have easily just gone in with Jet or just with Clam. You don't necessarily need to do what I'm doing, but again, trying to use as many shades as I can to try out for you guys. I'm really liking how this little winged out effect is going. Kind of trying just to clean it up a little bit. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the shade Fizz. I'm gonna try and just use my finger. Now I'm gonna go in with this one right here. This one is called Rose. I'm using my Morphe M124 to kind of just perfect the shade a little bit. My finger can't get right into this inner corner. I don't know how I like this shade with what's underneath it. I feel like it's taking on a grayish tone and not really into that. I'm gonna add a little bit of the shade Clam, which is the dark brown, just right in here. I'm gonna pick up some of this shade right here called Sequins. Ooh, that's pretty. I didn't even spray the brush. You do get a little bit of fallout. I definitely recommend spraying the brush. Or if you have like your NYX glitter primer, definitely use that. For the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna do, I've used all the matte shades, so that's good. I think I'm gonna do Clam. I'm just gonna bring Clam down, and then I'll do, oh, I haven't used this shade, Doll. I'll do the shade Doll for the inner corner. I'm using my Rephr 26 for Clam. Same brush, I did spray it using the shade Doll. All right, guys, I'm gonna add those finishing touches. I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 3. Okay, guys, so here's the completed look number 3. I've been wearing a lot of black eyeliner in this video, and I apologize for that, but I feel like black just really lends itself with these neutral looks, these neutral shades. I think it just really makes it pop. I used to always wear black eyeliner in my lower waterline, like always. You could never get me to wear any other color, but now I love every single color. So this is a good look. I like the way it turned out. It was easy to create. I think I used a good majority of the shadows. Let me go ahead and wrap up today's video, and I will share with you guys my final thoughts on this neutral palette from Beauty Bay. Okay, guys, so 3 looks later, I have to say this is a pretty solid little neutral palette from Beauty Bay. I mean, for $13, you can't beat it. You have 16 really nice neutral shadows that you could easily pair with any one of your favorite multi-chromes or duochromes from your favorite indie brands. What's good is that the mattes perform and they blend, and you can use them any way you want. Start dark, go to light, start light, go to deep. I mean, it really doesn't make a difference, at least in my opinion. I feel like, you know, the palette works pretty well on its own. I think that the shimmer shades are nice. I don't think it's their strongest formula. I think they have a really good formula like in Dark Fantasy and in New Mood and in Wilderness and Age of Opulence. I think those shimmers are just like out of this world. They're really good, especially for the $18, $20 price tag that those palettes came with. But if you're making neutral looks, you're creating neutral looks with this palette, so maybe you don't want that blinding or intense of a shimmer. And I know some of you have let me know that as you're aging gracefully, some of those duochromes and multi-chrome shadows they're not as appealing to you or on your eye as they once were. And I totally understand. You need to do what feels best for you, what you think looks best on you. And I think that these shimmers are actually pretty good, especially if you don't want an intense amount of sparkle. I will say that they're not extremely smooth. There is a little bit of texture to them, but if you use your finger to pat it out, I think you should be good. I definitely think that the high point about this palette is the price tag and the mattes. I think both of those things, you know, they're really strong points when it comes to this palette. And I think that the shimmers are the weakest part about this palette. So overall, guys, not bad. I mean, for $13, if you're looking to update your neutral palette wardrobe, or you just want to try something from the By Beauty Bay brand, this might be a great place to start, especially if neutrals are all you wear. You do get a mirror up here. There is a larger palette, a 42 pan palette full of neutral shades, which I don't think you need 42, but it is available and it's only $25. So I wanted to pull out my Natasha Denona Glam palette because this is what the neutral palette reminded me of when I saw it released, which was another reason why I wanted to buy it. I just wanted to compare. So this was a $65 palette. Now I think it is a $69 palette, but this is, of course, Natasha Denona. This is a beautiful palette. You do get 15 shades in this palette, so one less. Let's just hold them up. Let's see. Let's do one on top of the other. There we go. I mean, you be the judge. They look pretty similar to me. What do you guys think? So let me know, guys. Let me know your thoughts on today's video. Which look did you like best? Are you team 1, 2, 3, none, all? Sound off in the comments down below. Let me know if neutral from Beauty Bay is going to be in your future. I can't wait to do another Beauty Bay haul. I want to do one definitely before the year is over. I know a lot of you out there, you're from the UK. Hello to all of my UK beauties. You guys see a lot of the makeup I try. It's from Ulta, it's from Sephora, and unfortunately, I don't know why, Sephora hasn't made its way over to the UK. At least I think it's on the way. Is it? I thought one of you mentioned that it was going to be coming to your area very soon. So hopefully 2023, I hope that brings at least a Sephora to the UK. But some of the things that I try, you're not able to get over there. Or if you can get them, it's like incredibly expensive to ship. So I like that I can try things from your neck of the woods and just stuff that's more readily available across the pond. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water. I'll see y'all very soon. Bye.